Megan Durst.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Megan Durst, and I have a 7 and 5-year-old at the Oakton Elementary School. For years now, I've received feedback about my kids' great imagination, creativity, and social emotional awareness, which gives me hope for the future of the leaders that we are raising and guiding in our schools. I credit a lot of this to the relationships built between some pretty remarkable teachers and my kids. The intentional, intuitive human connection in the classrooms is irreplaceable. Yet I now find myself concerned about the apparent rush to launch the ChatGPT for Teachers pilot. It seems we are prematurely opening the door to the generative AI world with uncertainty pertaining to its potential efficacy and proven risks. What's the rush? What's the result that only this path and pace will provide? We owe it to our children, teachers, and families to exercise our due diligence by suspending use of generative AI tools, such as ChatGPT for Teachers, in FCPS classrooms until independent evidence yields clear safety, proven efficacy, appropriate developmental application, and transparent public reporting. Neither I nor my fellow parents feel informed or prepared to take this step at this time. In order to be comfortable with a future, phased, and limited reintroduction of such tools, we are looking for concrete evidence based upon verified and reputable independent research to ensure our staff and students don't experience preventable negative impacts, including but not limited to lack of critical thinking, creativity, imagination, and social emotional development. Let's better prepare before we proceed.
Marie Maroon.
Good evening. My name is Marie Maroon, a concerned parent of an elementary school student. I am here tonight to urge you to pause the ChatGPT for Teachers program. FCPS joined this program without public hearings, parent notification, or teacher input, and without the safeguards that should come before implementation, not after. Our teachers and children are being turned into beta testers for a corporate product with unknown risks. Let's talk about privacy. OpenAI says it is secure and FERPA compliant, but where are the detailed auditable policies and non-biased studies? What happens to our children's data? We deserve answers before any information is uploaded on their platform, not promises after the fact. OpenAI, a for-profit company, would gain insight into FCPS curriculum, teaching methods, and student performance for their own opaque use. And it undermines teachers who will lose the chance to develop critical curriculum design methods, making them dependent on a corporation that will charge whatever they want after 2027. And what does free until June 2027 really mean? FCPS will face pressure to pay whatever OpenAI charges, diverting funds from actual classroom needs, such as human educators, counselors, and special educators, the latter of which were first on the budget chopping block. AI can't replace the human connection educators make with students or keep confidential information safe from corporate prying eyes. Most troubling, FCPS spent enormous time and energy on naming a new school, but is rushing blindly into a decision affecting every teacher and child in this district. Our teachers and children deserve education grounded in human interaction, not data consumption by tech companies pursuing corporate profit. Pause this pilot, create real safeguards, let parents and teachers have a voice. Thank you.
Benjamin Van Every.
Hi. Thanks for your attention and patience. I'm grateful for your investment in making our schools some of the best in the country. I'm the CTO of a multinational company and have spent 3 decades working in tech. My children attend Oakton Elementary School. So why do children attend school? They go to learn foundational knowledge and how to think and learn how to function in society so that they may develop into balanced, contributing members and lead meaningful lives, which in turn contributes to the evolving and improving of society. So what do computers have to do with this? Technology is an accelerator. It's enabled us to achieve what were wisps of dreams mere 40 years ago. However, our unrestrained zeal to accelerate has come with costs. School shootings, teen suicides, social isolation, and radicalism. Despite technological advances available to them, the youths of the past decade have grown up less equipped to thrive. An over-reliance on technology has starved them from developing readiness to solve problems from scratch, social fluency, comfort with discomfort, patience, and 20/20 vision. So, do we have options? Our kids are in school for less than 34 hours on a good week. More than half of that is spent with computers. They're taught math by a two-dimensional penguin, reading by a disembodied computer voice, but not how to ask questions or think through their own. I propose that we please pause to question if the academic and life skills they develop from these apps are greater than those that they would derive from an education more founded on human interaction and instruction, and that we do that before we shift even further by rashly injecting AI. I've spent my career in tech startups, innovating and taking risks. I can confidently tell you that the early adoption of AI by FCPS does not demonstrate innovation. It demonstrates recklessness with the future of my children.
Dale Van Wagner.
Good evening, Chair and members of the school board. My name is Dale Van Wagner, and I'm here with FCPS Parents for Intentional Tech and the Oakton Balance Project. The year is 2030. The Commanders are defending Super Bowl champions. FCPS has just released an updated budget plan with good news: significant cost savings, less teachers, more low-cost roles focused primarily on managing AI. All right, that's just a hypothetical. But it illustrates something important. When powerful tech enters education without guardrails, transparency, and public oversight, we aren't just updating tools, we are changing the system. And once those changes are made, they are very hard to unwind. Hey, it's already happening. Get with the program. Teachers should have access to any tool that helps them save time. Teachers and students are already using ChatGPT anyways. I hear it. I get it. None of those are reasons to rush. We agree, teachers deserve tools that help them, but tools that shape instruction, judgment, and learning deserve public review. Any tech implementation worth moving forward with should be able to stand up to public discourse. FCPS moved forward with ChatGPT for teachers without a school board vote, without public work sessions, without community input, and without a clear plan for training, data privacy, or accountability. We're asking for 3 simple steps. 1, pause the implementation so the board can conduct a thorough review. 2, open public discussion with parents, teachers, and the community. And 3, if the decision is made to proceed, release a full implementation plan with safeguards, training, and accountability. Slowing it down is not being anti-tech, it's being responsible stewards for our children's education. Please pause, invite the community in, and get this right. Thank you.
Please play the video testimony submitted by Neil Prakash.
Hello, my name is Neil Prakash. I'm the PTA president of Cunningham Park Elementary School, but I also come to you as a father of 2 students. I'm concerned that ChatGPT for teachers will bring irreparable harm to our students and teachers. I remember when it was considered an accomplishment that FCPS was able to issue every student a laptop. I understood it was about equity and access to educational resources. But do we think it is a good idea that students are spending so much of their learning time on computers as opposed to receiving instructions from their teachers? Can the board prove through performance metrics that there are significant upside gains in learning? Upsides that outweigh the downside risks of screen fatigue, lack of student-teacher interaction, and distractions for students who are getting around the firewall to access unauthorized and inappropriate websites. We are having these debates right now, and it raises serious questions about the wisdom of a laptop for every student. Now FCPS wants to introduce ChatGPT for teachers without evidence-based conclusions that it is in the best interest of both the teachers or the students. The most important part of education is the interface between the teacher and the student. Learning and assessments are iterative processes that require participation by the student and the teacher. It is unclear to me how exactly ChatGPT will be implemented or what detrimental effects it might have on our county's education system. My biggest fear would be OpenAI or any tech company creating a dependency on their tools that cripple our capacity to produce educators. We are requesting an immediate halt on all generative AI tools in FCPS classrooms, including but not limited to the ChatGPT for Teachers pilot, until independent evidence demonstrates clear safety, proven efficacy, developmentally appropriate use cases, and transparent accountability structures.
Please play the video testimony submitted by Jennifer Hudson.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Jennifer Hudson, and I'm an FCPS parent with serious concerns about how AI is being introduced to our schools. Right now, districts across the country are rushing to adopt AI tools in the name of innovation and efficiency. Tools like ChatGPT for Teachers are often described as free and low risk, but as parents, we know that nothing that touches our children is ever truly free. If we're not paying with money, we may be paying with something far more valuable: our children's data, their attention, and their digital footprints. When technology moves faster than governance, risk follows. Risk to children whose data and learning records may be stored or reused without families' consent. Risk to teachers who are encouraged to rely on AI systems that can produce confident-sounding but incorrect answers, often without being trained to recognize or challenge those errors. And risk to districts who are responsible when something goes wrong. Parents are asking a basic question that deserves clear answers. When students' information is entered into AI tools, who checks for personally identifiable data? Where is it stored? And who can access it now or in the future? Without guardrails, small notes can quietly become permanent data trails tied to a child's name. Researchers are already documenting the harms of AI tools, while many schools still lack clear policies, training, or response plans. Add known issues with bias, privacy exposure, and unsafe content, and the risk is no longer hypothetical. It is foreseeable. So here is our request in one sentence. Require governance before large-scale AI use by teachers in our classrooms. This means clear rules for use, transparent data policies, independent review, human oversight and accountability, respect for teacher judgment, and ongoing monitoring. This isn't anti-technology, it's pro-children, pro-teachers, and pro-responsible leadership. Let us choose stewardship over speed and put do no harm before rollout. Because if we don't insist on governance first, we risk handing the classroom to software before we fully understand the costs. Thank you.
Please play the video testimony submitted by Jennifer Chang.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Chang, and I am an FCPS parent of 3. I and other parents were shocked to read about FCPS's agreement to pilot OpenAI's ChatGPT for Teachers. Our district has over 183,000 students, and how teachers follow this policy affects each one of those students. We do not know what the risks are because you have not provided us with any details. I have seen 10 emails from FCPS about naming the new Western High School and 0 communication on how we will use AI in our schools. How do you plan to manage all the concerns and potential risks associated with OpenAI's ChatGPT for Teachers product? And why is there a kindergarten to 6th grade AI curriculum already months in development, but no communication around this or request for community feedback? My kids love going to school because of their teacher, who is phenomenal and always challenging them to think creatively and work on exciting projects. She inspires her students to achieve and push themselves, not because of differentiated worksheets, but because of their daily interactions, dialogue, and experiences that they share together. I'm curious how you envision AI improving on this relationship. Supposedly, AI can reduce teacher workloads so they have more time to spend with their students. Will teachers be putting my child's story into ChatGPT so it can tell her how to grade it? Will teachers be using ChatGPT to come up with worksheets? Explain to us how you're going to do this. Don't just unleash it on the teachers and our students without proper planning, training, and open conversations with the families. For this reason, I am requesting an immediate pause on the ChatGPT for Teachers pilot and requesting more open communication from FCPS. We outline other requests in our petition titled Responsible AI Use in FCPS on change.org. I encourage you to read it, as over 200 parents have signed it already.